Hey everybody, Shaun Hadsall, Coach Dan from Get Lean in 12. We're going live here. We've got some exciting information for you. We're going to tell you about the 3 most popular exercises that are very effective for people under 35 years old, but they really do not work for people over 40. And inside this video, I'm going to share some studies and some research telling you why. And then I'm going to have Dan introduce you to a metabolic protocol that you can use that's designed for the metabolism for people over 40 years old. So if you're watching this, you're not familiar with us, you don't know who we are the co-owners of Get Lean in 12, and we've been in the health and fitness industry over 20 years. Dan has trained some of the best professional athletes in the world. He's been in the industry forever. He's a stubborn fat expert. I personally have used the 12-minute metabolic protocol that you will find inside a system I've created called the Over 40 Absolution. So somewhere around this video, you'll see a link to click or tap for that, but don't click it yet because we're going to teach you exactly how to move based on your age category. So the first exercise that you should be avoiding is crunches and sit-ups. See, it takes 22,000 crunches just to burn 1 pound of belly fat. 22,000 crunches.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It also, most sit-ups and crunches also will work your hip flexors. And when you work your hip flexors repetitively over and over again like this, it actually ends up making your waist thicker. So you want to avoid sit-ups and crunches and replace them with movement patterns that are based on your age category. Dan's going to show you a couple of those movement patterns in just a second. The other thing is that according to the top back experts in the world, doing repetitive spinal flexion, which is done by crunches and sit-ups, can actually cause herniated disc. So remember that doing a bunch of stomach exercises isn't what burns belly fat. Okay? It's just working a muscle underneath the fat that most people want to burn off. And so the 12-minute metabolic protocol found inside the system that's above here at the link above, I'm going to reveal exactly how people over 40 can burn belly fat. Now the second exercise that you should avoid is traditional cardio. So there's actually 4 published studies, and what I'll do is I'll post them in the comment section below. Now, if you're scrolling through your feed and you see this, tell us who you are, tell us your name and where you're from, and then I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have as well. So let's talk about these 4 studies that show why cardio is not the right exercise type for people over 40 years old. So one study shows that it suppresses the thyroid gland. Okay? The thyroid gland is the master gland of the metabolism. So when you do too much cardio, what ends up happening is over time, the thyroid gland can become suppressed, and T4 to T3 conversion becomes suppressed. The second study shows that regular cardio increases cortisol. This is your body, well, what's known as a stress hormone. Okay? Cortisol, you want to avoid at all costs, elevated cortisol levels. The third study shows that regular cardio increases free radicals inside the body. Remember, free radicals are what are linked to today's diseases. So you want to avoid that. The fourth and final study shows that doing too much cardio can increase hunger levels. So the research study that I'll post below actually showed that people who perform too much regular cardio actually eat 100 more calories than they burn off afterwards. So it increases your cravings and hunger. The third type of exercise that should be avoided for people over 40 years old is DVD workouts, today's most popular DVD workouts. So when we think about things like P90X, Insanity, and CrossFit, these are amazing workouts for people under 35 years old, and there's no doubt that they work. But the hormonal condition of people over 40 is much different, which means they must move differently. You must move the proper, do the proper movement patterns, the proper rest periods, and the proper intensity levels. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to show you how to do what we call metabolic bursting. So this is based upon the system that I've created called the Over 40 Absolution. And this 12-minute metabolic trick is something that I personally used for over 10 years to maintain around 10% body fat. It's also the same exact protocol that my wife Karen used. And Karen has an inspiring story that you'll find at the link above this video. She was diagnosed with colorectal cancer shortly after we were married, and it forced her into early menopause. And the 12-minute metabolic protocol found inside the system that I've created is what she used to get rid of all her upper belly fat that she stored from menopause. So right now, Dan's going to introduce you to the 2 popular exercises that you should use if you're over 40 years old. The first one is a burpee, and there's a couple different variations he's going to use. Now, before Dan starts introducing these to you, I want to talk about the movement pattern you want to use as far as the rest periods. So he's going to perform a 20-second burst of burpees. Then he's going to rest 10 seconds, and then he would perform another 20 seconds of burpees, and then rest 10 seconds. This is known as a metabolic bursting Tabata protocol. And when you repeat this for about 8 times in a row, research shows that it can elevate the metabolic rate for up to 48 hours afterwards. So the second exercise Dan is going to introduce you to is the lunge, and he's going to give you 3 different variations. So if you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, you can use these. And on this one, you would change that rest work protocol a little bit. You do 30 seconds of high intensity exercise burst with 30 seconds rest. You would go ahead and repeat this 5 to 10 times, depending on your level of condition. So Dan?
Absolutely. Ready? Are you ready? All right. So first one's going to be the burpee, and we're just going to do a beginner burpee. So first, we go down to the ground, hands, kick the feet back, bring the feet back up, and stand. Very simple. Let's do it one more time. Down, feet back, feet up, and then stand. Keep your back in a position, obviously, that keeps your back from hurting, because obviously, when you're hurting in your back and you're causing the herniated disc that he was talking about, those injuries can be very bad. Second would be, variation is going to be a burpee with a jump. So down, back, up, and jump. Very simple. Down, back, up, and jump. That's your second variation. That would be more of a style for intermediate. Now we're going to go advanced. Advanced is going to be adding not only the jump, but a push-up. So it would be down, back, push up 2 inches from the ground, up, and then jump. One more time. Down, back, push up 2 inches from the ground, back, and jump. All right. That's your first exercise.
So again, a 20-second burst with a 10-second rest.
Following the protocol.
And then repeat that about 7 to 8 times, depending on your level of condition. Then just apply one of the 3 modifications based on your current level of condition, whether you're beginning, intermediate, or advanced. Now he's going to talk about the lunge.
So the lunge here, important to make sure that your knee and your leg is at a 90 degree. What does that mean? Here's your 90 degree, right? So up, back. You don't want your knee too far back. You don't want it too far forward. You want it at 90 degrees. So, very simple. Beginner, breathe a little hard. Down, back. Simple. One more time. Look at my hands. My hands are on my hips. Chest up, chin up. Down, 90 degrees. Back, down, 90 degrees. And then back. Now, catch my breath. Second is going to be intermediate. Intermediate, we're going to add a little bit of a jump. Okay? So now it is down, 90 degrees, and then we're jumping. So let's do a jump lunge. Again, jump, right? Keep the 90 degrees though. Very important to keep the 90 degrees. One more time. Intermediate, jump lunge. Chest up, chin up at all times. Third is going to be now a plyometric jump on top of what we just accomplished. So here we go again.
Right?
This is advanced. Yep. So it's going to be down into a lunge, and then jump.
It's a killer, guy. This one's a killer. So this is for more advanced people.
Very advanced.
Work your way up to this. Another point to make that Dan was talking about that will help is to make sure you push off your heel and not your toe. Because when you start pushing off your toe, you start putting more stress on the knees. And so you can try these metabolic protocols. Again, you'll find the exact workout charts to use based on your age category inside the system that you'll find at the link above this video. And again, if you're watching this and scrolling through your feed, post your name down below. Let us know who you are. If you have questions, go ahead and post them below. Now, I did make a lot of claims in this video, and I want to make sure I substantiate those claims. So I am going to put the research studies in the comments below after we're done filming this video. And then if you have questions, of course, we'll do our best to answer them. So I think everybody for taking time out of their busy day to check this out. I know time is our most precious commodity. So in today's day and age, it's very important that we respect your time. So thanks for taking time to check this out. Again, click the link somewhere around this video and you'll read the inspiring story about my wife Karen. You'll also learn about my story. Back in 1998, I placed first runner-up grand champion in the Body for Life contest out of over 22,000 finishers. And this was the catalyst for me to start my fitness career. It was also inspired by a 6-year-old custody battle with my daughter, and you'll find that story at the link above this video as well. So thanks again for watching, and
Thank you, everybody. Keep
going
going strong.
strong.